Highways are an important, but sometimes hard to get right part of City Skylines to manage the traffic flow in your city. In today's video, we are going to connect our growing town with two highway interchanges, both focusing on the functionality and the aesthetics of the build. Especially without using mods, it's challenging to get a good looking interchange, but that's exactly what I tried today, by applying a trick that makes your off-ramps way smoother and by doing a lot of detailing afterwards. With Cities Skylines 2 coming out on the day that this goes live, here's one last Cities Skylines 1 video for probably a while, so make sure to enjoy. The first place where I want to build a highway interchange is right over here, because as you can see, there is a huge traffic jam starting to appear, with traffic from the industry area going into the city and onto the highway, and the other way around. This should be an easy fix though, because a proper highway interchange will probably solve most of the problems. So let's just start by upgrading this 2-lane road that we have over here to a proper highway. And now we can pause the clock and destroy this 4-lane road over here. And then pick the same road and create a bridge over the highway. Like that. Let's just destroy this road over here to be able to stretch this road out and slowly lower it to the ground level. Like that. And that is a pretty smooth ramp. Now on this side we have a slightly larger problem, because we had a police and fire station over here, and creating a smooth ramp like on the other side will basically deny road access for those two service buildings. And ideally I want to keep them where they are, because they are really nice and detailed on the spot where they are right now. Luckily we can fix this, and this will require some creative thinking, but I'm sure we can get it done. What we're going to do is delete this road over here and place a road over here that will serve the service buildings. And then what we can do is pick the 4-lane road and just drag it out ever so slightly like that. And then maybe let's remove a little bit more of the road and move the medical clinic somewhere over here. We'll relocate that later on. And then create a nice little turn over here and already start elevating the road. And of course that isn't possible. Okay, then we need to do it the other way and just grabbing the road and starting the bridge over here already. Like that. And create a turn. Is that too steep? Yeah, that is definitely too steep. Okay, let's redo that. Elevate the road a little bit, then create a nice little turn. Like that. And somehow connect this road up. So what we're going to do is actually redo this bridge as well, so that we have a nice highway crossing. So let's remove the bridge. And I'm afraid we will have to remove this part as well. And try to fit in a bridge over the highway and connect it up. Like that. And that looks absolutely beautiful. Now what we can do is actually place the clinic right over here. And that fits perfectly. Alright, so now it's time for the highway ramps. Let's start on the left side. What we're going to do is take out a highway ramp right over here. Place that. The bridge looks a little bit weird because of it, but we should be able to solve that right over here. Grab the 4-lane road again and connect it up with a smooth road. Now let's extend this road a little bit more. Something like that. And now what we can do is split this road into two. Like that. And like that. And then extend those ramps. How much lower can we go here? So that still looks a little bit okay. I think that should be fine. And now for the next part, we have this pillar that is in the way. So we are going to have to redo the bridge once again. I don't know how many times I've already rebuilt this bridge. And then extend it a little bit more so that there will be enough space for the highway to fit in. Connect it. Alright, I think the highway should fit under here, and then we can start connecting it. So let's just bring a road under the bridge, and then we can start thinking about the connection to the highway. What we're going to do is pick a point of where we're going to exit it, and then somehow try to fit it in. And connect it up. And now what we're going to do is actually a trick that was invented by a good friend of mine, Teddy Radko. Make sure to check him out. He makes amazing videos. And that is connecting a piece of highway just in front of the first node after the split. And then it smoothens out the highway ramp. Now obviously we can delete this road again, but now we have a way smoother exit ramp. Obviously we can make it even smoother, but I think this is smooth enough for this one over here. This trick is absolutely amazing because you can just finally fix these weird looking off ramps that you have in the vanilla game without using any mods. So the next ramp that we're going to connect is this one over here. And we're going to use the same magic, but this time we can do it even better because somehow when you have a road branching off, something like this, it looks a lot better. Let's use the same trick. Connect it up over here, and look at that. This ramp is so smooth. Now we can delete this road again and connect it up to the rest of the exit. Let's see, how are we going to do that? Like that. And look at that. That is an insanely smooth ramp. All thanks to the trick invented by Teddy Radko. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm sure many of you already know him, but yeah, this is awesome and he has way more tricks like this. Alright, now let's take a look at the other side, and we're going to do something similar over here. Grabbing a two-way highway, maybe branch it off over here to create a little bit more room for the interchange. Like that, and then grab a highway ramp. And now what we're going to do is basically a huge U-turn like this, and then lowering the highway to the ground level, and then make sure to fit it in between the bridge. And let's just first create the off ramp so we can do the same trick like that, and use Teddy's trick again. Connect it up to here. Remove both of the support roads and connect it up. And look at that. Another smooth highway ramp. Reverse the directions, and now we can start thinking about the next one. What we're going to do is basically imitate the U-turn over here. Lower the road. And disable snapping for a second. Get it back to ground level, and then we can create a highway ramp and use the same trick once again. And that is a bit smoother already, but I think it's the best we get over here. Now connect it up. And this ramp is not the best, but the only thing we can do is fix this part. That should already fix the entire highway exit, I think. Like that. Then we can elevate it a little bit and connect it up to the other ramp like that. And that is pretty smooth already. This part is a little bit messy, so we will redo that. Let's grab a road, place it right over here, and then connect it up with a smooth exit. Yeah, that is a lot better already. And here we have it. That's the first highway interchange. And we can unpause time again. And the traffic issue over here should slowly solve itself. Now obviously we still have this temporary entrance road, which we're going to fix right now as well. We're going to take out a 4-lane road, upgrade this to a 4-lane road, and then Watch out. Remove it. The one over here. And grab the main road over here and connect it up to the other main road right over here. Now this will be a busy intersection, but at least it's one intersection that isn't packed with another road leading into the city. So that should hopefully improve the traffic flow a little bit. Now what we can even do is remove the road over here. Create a huge curve here. Now I don't like that. Let's redo that. Like that. Like that. And then we can even connect this part up right over here. And now that solves the entire issue. Let's transform this into residential because there's no main road over here anymore. What I want to say, this solves the entire issue of having non-main roads branching on the main road leading to the industry area, which should increase traffic flow on the stretch of road over here. And as you can see, it's already flowing quite nicely. It's still busy, but there's no traffic jam anymore. So we have fixed the first problem. Now actually we can lay down a road over here as well. Place more houses. I don't know who would want to live here, but if you want to live here, sure, you can. Have fun next to the highway. Now before we continue to the second interchange that I want to build, we are going to have some cinematics of this interchange right over here. Now, I hope you enjoyed those cinematics, but before we are going to place the second interchange, we're going to do some expanding, because as you can see, we have a huge residential demand. In an earlier episode, we already started laying out something over here, so let's just expand that. And as I mentioned last time, I'm going to start using the regular asphalt roads for my neighborhoods from now on, because I have the money to do so, and at some point we will need to upgrade those gravel roads as well. So let's just upgrade the roads of this area over here, and we can start laying out some more grids. And let's just add a grid as well on the other side of the main road-ish thing that we have over here. And look at that, we have a new area to expand our city in. Let's just give them water under the roads where they belong. Like that. And now everyone is connected. We can start thinking about the services in this area. We have a medical clinic, but that is all the way on the other side of the city, and it might be time to add a second service center somewhere over here. So let's just place a medical clinic over here, followed by a firehouse once we have a little bit more money. And we will also need a police station once we have the money for that. And look at that, there we have all the necessary services for this part of the city. I haven't placed the services on the main road, which is good because that will not kill the traffic flow on those main roads. Now we don't need a second cemetery for now because that is right in the middle of the city and it is not nearly full. So we don't need to place that. What we do need to place are a few parks. And let's just place a huge park somewhere in the middle. This should be really good. And place a few more small ones on the edges of the area. One over here, one over here. And you know what? Maybe one in this area over here as well, because those don't have a lot of parks and they are in need of a few. And place one over here. And maybe even one over here. And that should solve most of the complaints about parks. Yeah, where are we going to place it? Right over here. Alright, the parks are in need of power, so it's time to zone. Now, to not cause more death waves, I'm going to zone it slowly. So taking out a few commercial buildings. The power is connected, so we don't need to worry about that. So let's just start zoning one residential block over here, a strip of commercial along the main road, and a little bit more residential. Now let's already zone the second strip of commercial, but we're not going to bulk zone the entire area now, because that will only cause death waves. Instead, we can slowly begin thinking about how we are going to lay out the second highway interchange, because this might be the ideal place for second highway interchange, as that will prevent people that want to go to this area or this area over here to have to exit the highway over here and completely drive through the whole city. Now we will need to adjust this road over here, because if we would connect a highway ramp, for example, over here, you can see that that is not ideal for the aesthetics of the bridge. That slope looks absolutely horrible. So what we're going to do, destroy this, and destroy this entire road. Actually, I'm going to destroy the entire bridge, because the pillars would be in the way of the highway. So let's just first upgrade this to a highway actually. And go all the way over here. And then let's plan out a new bridge over the highway. Let's make sure to leave enough space for the highway ramp. So do something like that. And there should be enough space to have a highway ramp running underneath there easily. Alright, now we need to somehow bring this down. So let's just do that by lowering the elevation step and slowly decreasing the height of the road. And then on this last piece of road, we can go down to the ground level. Like that. And what we get is a smooth, kind of smooth bridge. Now the same we will do on the other side. Remove all of this and slowly decrease the height of the bridge. And again, this road is in the way. Let's just remove it. Slowly decrease the height of the bridge before connecting up over here. And that looks pretty nice to me. Actually, I want to unpause the time to give these houses time to grow. And as you can see, it's already full. So let's zone the next block and let that grow while we are building the rest of the highway interchange. We can actually continue this road up until over here. Zone this back. And while we're at it, upgrade this part to normal roads. Not everything, because we will need a lot of money for the interchange. But this part we can surely upgrade. And this is slightly annoying. We can't upgrade it because of the park. We'll have to find a fix for that. But that's something to worry about after building the interchange. Anyways, let's just grab a highway ramp. And what I'm going to do is actually have a highway ramp running straight onto the highway on this side and have one running on this side to create a little bit of variation. So let's just branch off here and branch off there, like that. And this is a pretty high bridge now I think about it. I could have made it one lower. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just go down all the way. Now let's just create a connection right over here and try to make that even smoother with the Teddy Radko trick. Like that. I think that's the best we will get. And connect that up to the highway bridge. And that looks pretty good to me. Oh, power problem. We don't have enough power. Alright, let's just place a third power plant, I think. Or a fourth, actually. We all once have to create a great power system. But for now, this works. That's the most important. Alright, I see that everything has grown here again. So let's just create the next piece of zoning and slowly work our way through the grid. Now let's take a look at the other side. Let's just lower this again as well, just like we did with the other one. Down to ground level. Like that. And then create another merge with the highway. Something like this. Okay, let's just remove this one to create a little bit of space to do the Teddy Radko trick. Make a really smooth ramp actually. That, no. We will have to do that again. That was not ideal. Try number 2. And try number 2 is successful because that looks awesome. We'll just have to connect this the right way. And we have a really smooth off-ramp. I will just give it one more try. Why is there even more power problems? What is happening? What is happening? We have a lot of more power to consume suddenly. No, wait. We are producing enough electricity. It's just that I destroyed the power line connecting this entire part of the city. I should have seen that over here. Alright, we don't need that last coal power plant. We just need a connection of power lines. We do have a water problem, and now maybe it is finally time to give up on increasing the budget over here and just accept and placing a second water pump. Let's just do that. Connect it. Same goes for the sewage. Let's place a second inland water treatment plant in this already completely polluted area that we have over here. Connect it. And then we can decrease the budget for water again. Let's crank it back to 90 because obviously we have a lot more that we're producing now. Look at that. We should be safe for now. Alright, hopefully now all the problems will solve itself. And let's get back to the interchange. What I wanted to do is connect this in one go, and that looks a lot better already. Alright, now the other side. And here I'm going to do the same that we did on the other interchange over here. I'm going to pick a 2-lane highway, bring it out a little bit, which will destroy the bridge, but we can fix that. Pause the game real quick. Let's see. Like that, and that should solve the problem. It does. Alright, so now what we can do again is split up this 2-lane highway into 2 parts. And create another U-turn right over here. And what happened? Oh, we reached level 4, the Underhill Estate, and we unlocked another unique factory. We need to check out which products we need for that. A part of that, we also unlocked the farm maintenance building, a large barn, and a slaughterhouse. So let's take a look at what all those buildings are. The maintenance building is also a building that boosts the stuff in your farming area, so we will need to place that. The slaughterhouse is another way of creating animal products. The large barn obviously is just storage. And the unique factory requires, let's see, animal products, crops, and plastic. And obviously we don't produce plastic as of yet, so I was right, and we still only have one unique factory that only needs products from the farming area. We will have to place all of these unique factories once we place the other industry areas. Anyways, let's just continue this highway interchange, because that is what we were doing. Let's lower it again. And then lower it once more. And then we have a space already occupied issue. It seems Okay, well, never mind. We can just simply fix that. It does look a little bit weird, so I'm going to replace this one by stretching out a road all the way over here and bringing that to ground level. Now, again, we're going to connect this up to the highway. Let's just find a nice spot to exit the highway like that. And then can we fit that in? No. Okay, remove this road temporarily, create a road like this, and then use the by now well-known trick to make it look smoother. And okay, that did not go as planned. We have to do that again. And then let's temporarily remove this and use the well-known trick by now to smoothen it out. Like that. Oh, that is really smooth. And then all that is left to do is connect this up to the rest of the highway exit. Now the only problem is that this is a little bit weird if we would connect it like that, so let's just redo that. Like that. And connect it up. And then reverse the directions. Actually, this needs to be reversed again. And then we have the third highway ramp. And before we do anything else, let's just zone a little bit more residential. And like that. Let that grow. And start focusing on the next highway ramp. And we're making tons of money, actually. Let's see, where does this all come from? We're making a lot with the industry areas. So it seems like the last episode was a real gold mine, and we're making a lot of money with that, which got us up to almost 150,000, which is absolutely insane. All right, let's do the last highway ramp, and we shouldn't have to be afraid for money problems anymore unless we build something really big. This is really weird. Just redo that. Let's just redo this entire thing, by the way. And slowly bring this back down to ground level. Why is this so weird? Retry. Bring that down a little bit. And bring it down to ground level. That looks pretty smooth to me. The best we can get. And again, use the trick to get the highway exit smoother. Right over here. And once again, we will have to rebuild the entire ramp. I should learn to create the smooth exit first and then create the rest of the ramp, because I keep on rebuilding ramps because of this. Alright, let's just... Oh, it's so unfortunate that... Oh, actually, that should work. And then connect it, and we have a really smooth highway ramp. Reverse the directions. And there we have it. The second highway interchange is done, and big down. Just as we finish the highway interchange, we get to the next milestone. We unlock a new area, campus areas, which we should definitely take a look at some point. Limps, intercity buses, sports arenas, metro, a lot of policies, specializations, and we can finally zone high density zones, which we will definitely use. Limp pathways, incineration plants, universities, some new parks, and of course the metro station. A lot of buildings. Alright, so there's a few more things I want to do in today's episode. The first of them being upgrading those gravel roads that we have everywhere in the city to regular asphalt roads like we did in our new neighborhood. So, before we do that, we can actually zone a bit more residential over here and then start upgrading the dirt roads to asphalt roads. I'll just upgrade all of them first, and then we can come back to potential issues where the road doesn't fit in. part of the roads in the industry area, we have upgraded all of the dirt roads to asphalt roads because the industry area is temporary anyway, so it would be a waste of money to upgrade all of that to asphalt roads if we're going to remove it today or tomorrow. There's a few more problems that occurred while upgrading, and the biggest problem is that a lot of the paths that we ran through this neighborhood have been destroyed due to the upgrades. So let's just fix that real quick. Take out some paths and let's just rebuild them like they were. Alright, everything should now be good in this area, so let's take a look at the problem that we have over here. As you can see, this road can't be upgraded due to the park, but the park is in a really nice spot. So what we're going to do is just delete the entire road, take out a path, and instead of a road, have a pedestrian path running on the place where this road was before. Now, we just need to place that correctly. That is good. On this side, we will have to live with how it is right now. And then what we can do is connect this park up with paths, because that's the cool thing about this park. We can just connect it up like this. But what I'm actually going to do is remove this piece of zoning so that we can add a bit more trees here. Because yes, I want to detail this in the style of the park, of course, to expand the park a little bit and make it look a lot better. And as you can see, we expanded that park by quite a lot. Originally, I just wanted to place a fence to distance it from the highway, but then I decided to expand the park even more. And I thought that might be a cool addition to do all the way over here, so that our residents can enjoy themselves. And then obviously we place a fence along the highway to act as a sound wall. So let's do that right now actually. Let's just pick out a fence. Which fence are we going to use? I think the suburban one is the best one, or maybe even the zoo fence. Does that look great? No, it's too bright. In my opinion, this fence should be good then. Yeah, that's good. And then let's just add that along the entire highway. Sadly, we don't have move it and all of that, so we can't do it perfectly. But we can at least try our best to get as close as we can. That. And like that. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this area. For now, we can just zone it like residential if you would want to live here in the first place. And then later on, we might even detail that. Alright, so let's now just continue expanding the park over to this side. And what I was thinking, we could even make a park area out of this. Like that. And how do we call it? Birch Park? What about Highway Park? And then obviously we can just add a little park area over here. Then we will have that done as well. Well, done sounds like I want to have everything in this game done. But then we just have another cool thing in our city. So let's just take out the city park. And we need a small park main gate. Let's place that right over here. And we unlocked a few things that we can use in the rest of our park. First of all, a side gate. And what I was thinking is adding a side gate over here. And maybe even one over here. If that even fits. We might need to extend the park area a little bit more then for that to happen. And then we can plop the side gate right over here. Now obviously we can just use the city park path to lay out a path. Let's just do that. And I don't know what is happening here. Let's just quickly redo that. That was really weird. It seems like we're getting a hill. Oh, but it fixed itself. Okay, let's retry that. Alright, we have something. We can detail that later on, and let's just curve this path all the way over here. And then what we get is a really nice, oh, I don't know if you could call it nice, transition between the paid entrance highway park and the public park right next to it, which gives a quite interesting look to this area. Now let's just connect that in a good looking way. Alright, that should be good. Now obviously we need a small fence to fence off our city park. Alright, so let's just extend that park fence somewhere over here. And then connect that to the other fence. Do the same over this side. And then extend the park fence to right over here. Alright, that will be a weird corner then. Like that. And then connect that up all the way over here. We need to make sure to not hit the road with the fence here. Create a nice turn. Why is the distance too short here? Can't you just connect? Alright. I guess we all have to do that again. Then let's just somehow connect it in a way that it does work. And then maybe let's just add a tree over here to fill up this weird little corner. Or maybe just a set of bushes. That would also work. Like that. Maybe still a tree in there. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so as you can see, we have the public park. We have another public park here. And then we will have the city park, which I believe is paid entrance. Yeah, ticket price 10. Let's make that 5. 10 is a little bit much for a highway park. We have a park plaza. We need to fit that in somewhere. Actually, we don't need to. We can just select which buildings we want. We need some restrooms. If you pay, you gotta have restrooms. And yeah, let's just add a cafe somewhere as well. Why not? Why not take a nice lunch right next to the highway? Oh, that fits perfectly. Really nice. I actually would like a lot of these small gazebos somewhere scattered across the park, but we will have to wait for that. We first need to get some more visitors to the park. What we could do is actually upgrade this to a path with decorations to make it look a little more attractive. Do the same over here. And then let's just fill the rest up with trees and props and do some nice detailing. And I think we are done with this park. Now a second function of this park is obviously that the neighborhood over here gets less noise from the highway. So it looks really nice and it has some functionality as well. That's perfect, right? I think it might be time to zone a little bit more residential and commercial as well. We completely forgot to continue the strip of commercial over here. So let's just dezone those houses and continue the commercial strip and add a little bit more residential. And then that can grow once it wants to grow. Now for the last part of this episode, I would actually want to look at this interchange over here because there are a lot of unfinished edges, which we can fix. Now we have this weird corner over here, and I was thinking of just grabbing a road and connecting it up over here to finish up the turn that you see on the left hand side. So if we do that, we can zone a little bit more residential, and then I don't know, we could zone residential here as well, but I don't know if anyone would want to live here. I'd prefer to place some trees over on this place to again minimize noise from the road. And let's just remove a residential here as well, add a little bit more commercial, and then add a lot more trees. This gap should be well filled by now, but let's just add a few more to create that real tree diversity, which is hard in this game because there is just a lot less assets than you have when using mods. And to be fair, we are already blessed with these content creator pack trees because those are just amazing. And maybe we can even add a few trees inside here to really finish it off and detail the rest of this interchange like that. And look at that, that looks really nice. And what I was also thinking is maybe we can just add a strip of palm trees all the way through this highway. That should make it look a lot better as well. So let's just do that. Wow, that was a lot more work than I expected, placing all of those palms. I miss Propline Tool so much. And now what we can also do is zone more commercial right over here. And maybe over here as well. To finish it off. Add a few more trees to the other interchange because that is kind of empty right now. And then I think we can call it a day for today's episode. Alright, so maybe we can even add a lot more houses right over here. That should be good. Add a few more over here, and we have another garbage problem. Are they just full? Oh, both of the landfills are full, but luckily now we have the incineration plant. And we can place that. If we find a place for that actually, we could place it right over here. And then we can also have those start emptying. That is the empty button. Yes, that is the empty button. And once they are empty, we can destroy them, relocate the incineration plant, and possibly add another one if we need that. And we have huge garbage problems once again. It's starting to become a little bit of a tradition, right? Maybe to finish things properly, we can add a fence on this side of the highway as well. Like that. Alright. And finish it off right over here. Like that. And And then the same goes for this part over here. Just add a fence. And end that right over here. Alright, that looks good. And I think now we are really done for today. We have a lot more trees, which should hopefully prevent the noise of the very few cars that are driving on the highway at this moment. But once we expand over there, if we would ever do so, then this highway should be a little bit busier. We did a lot today, and I'm happy with the progress. I don't know how many more videos of this series there will be, as there is Cities Skylines 2 around the corner. Maybe I'll continue it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue this series alongside Cities Skylines 2. And obviously we have Rural Germany as well, which will continue. At some point I have a few videos that just need to be edited. But yeah, as of now I was just focusing on this series because I just enjoyed it, and Cities Skylines 2 is obviously coming around, so the focus will be on that once that releases. So there will still be Rural Germany, but it might take some time until the next Rural Germany episode releases. Anyways, now there's just one more thing to say, and that is, as always, enjoy the cinematics. Just